Hello everyone, we are Group 12 and our topic is Analysis of OS Security in IoT Devices. In this presentation, we'll explore the challenges, attack vectors, security solutions, and future considerations surrounding the operating systems that power IoT devices. Let's start with an overview. IoT devices are essentially physical objects equipped with sensors and software, allowing them to connect and exchange data over the internet. These devices come in various forms, from smart thermostats to wearable fitness trackers, revolutionizing the way we interact with technology on a daily basis. Now, why are IoT devices so significant? Firstly, they enhance efficiency by streamlining processes and automating tasks, making our lives more convenient. Secondly, they enable automation, empowering devices to make autonomous decisions and optimize resource allocation. And finally, they facilitate seamless connectivity, allowing for real time communication and control across different devices and systems. Moving on to the importance of operating system security in IoT devices. Despite their benefits, IoT devices also pose security risks. Vulnerabilities in their operating systems can leave them susceptible to data breaches and privacy violations, posing a significant threat to users and organizations. The consequences of security breaches in IoT devices can be severe. They can result in financial losses, damage to reputation, and the compromise of sensitive information. Therefore, ensuring the security of operating systems in IoT devices is paramount to safeguarding both personal and organizational data. Now that we understand the importance of operating system security in IoT devices, let's explore some common security challenges. Firstly, let's address the issue of resource constraints. Many IoT devices operate with limited processing power, memory, and energy. These constraints hinder the implementation of robust security measures, leaving devices vulnerable to exploitation. Imagine trying to secure a device with limited computing capabilities. It's like trying to build a fortress with twigs and pebbles. Next up, we encounter the diverse landscape of IoT devices. With a wide range of devices boasting different architectures and operating systems, one size fits all security solutions become impractical. Each device requires tailored security measures to address its unique characteristics. It's akin to trying to secure a house, a car, and a bicycle with the same lock, it simply won't suffice. Communication protocols in the IoT ecosystem add another layer of complexity. From Wi Fi to Bluetooth to Zigbee, each protocol brings its own set of security considerations. Managing security across these diverse protocols becomes a daunting task, akin to speaking multiple languages simultaneously without a translator. Long life cycles of IoT devices pose yet another challenge. Ensuring timely updates and patches throughout the life cycle of these devices is no easy feat. Vulnerabilities discovered post deployment may remain unaddressed for extended periods, leaving devices susceptible to exploitation. It's like trying to maintain a garden without knowing when the flowers will bloom or wither. Operating in physically insecure environments exposes IoT devices to the threat of physical tampering. Imagine trying to safeguard a valuable treasure in an open field. The risks are immense, and traditional cybersecurity measures may not suffice. Additional physical security measures are essential to protect these vulnerable devices. Data privacy concerns. Last but not least, data privacy concerns loom large in the realm of IoT OS security. with sensitive data being collected and transmitted by these devices, ensuring privacy with limited resources becomes paramount. It's like trying to keep secrets in a glass house. The challenge is real, and the consequences of failure are dire.
I will be discussing the attack vectors and security solutions for IoT operating systems. Moving forward to the intricate landscape of attack vectors in IoT operating systems, to compromise IoT devices, attackers exploit vulnerabilities in the operating system itself and other avenues. Firstly, vulnerabilities within the operating system itself is a significant threat. This includes weaknesses in communication protocols, authentication mechanisms, and update mechanisms. These vulnerabilities can be exploited by attackers to gain unauthorized access, intercept sensitive data, or even manipulate device functionality. Additionally, IoT devices are susceptible to physical attacks. This can involve tampering with firmware or hardware components to compromise the security of the operating system. Malware and DDoS attacks are common threats in the IoT ecosystem, posing risks to device integrity and functionality. But it doesn't stop there. Attack vectors extend beyond the digital realm. Side channel attacks, for instance, target the physical layer by extracting sensitive information. Insecure default configuration and social engineering tactics further increase the risk, providing easy entry points for attackers to exploit. Furthermore, supply chain attacks present another potential attack vector. Malicious actor may tamper with hardware or software components during manufacturing of a distribution, introducing vulnerabilities into the operating system. Hence, understanding and addressing these diverse attack vectors is crucial to ensuring the security of IoT operating systems and protecting connected devices. And now let's look into the subject of security solutions for IoT operating systems. As our world becomes more interconnected, safeguarding IoT devices from potential threats and vulnerabilities is difficult. Here are some ways to enhance the security of IoT operating systems. First and foremost, implementing secure boot mechanism is essential. Secure boot ensures the integrity of the boot process, safeguarding against unauthorized modifications to the system. By verifying the authenticity of software components during startup, we can prevent the execution of malicious code that could compromise device security. Another crucial security measures is the utilization of intrusion detection systems. It plays a vital role in monitoring traffic, network traffic, detecting suspicious activities, and alerting administrators to potential security breaches in real time. Additionally, access control mechanisms are also essential. By implementing role based access control or mandatory access control, we can enforce security policies and restrict unauthorized access to sensitive resources within IoT devices. This ensures that only authorized individuals can access specific functionalities or data, enhancing overall device security. Lastly, firmware analysis tools and vulnerability scanners are essential for identifying and mitigating security risks in IoT devices. By analyzing firmware images and scanning for known vulnerabilities, we can proactively patch and mitigate security risks, enhancing the resilience of IoT operating systems. The implementation of these security solutions is important for ensuring the integrity, confidentiality, and availability of IoT devices. This multi layer approach mitigates evolving threats, ensuring reliable IoT operating systems.
I'll be walking you guys through the IoT OS architecture. Let's first talk about the design principles for IoT operating system. There are five design principles that one should consider for an IoT operating system. First one being the small memory footprint. So, IoT devices often have limited RAM and storage capacity. Therefore, an IoT OS needs to be lightweight and operate efficiently with minimal resources. The second design principle is low power consumption. Many IoT devices are battery powered or operate in energy harvesting scenarios. The operating system should be optimized for low power usage to extend battery life or minimize energy consumption. The third design principle is real time operation. Certain IoT applications require deterministic behavior, meaning tasks need to be completed within a specific time frame. The OS should provide real time capabilities to ensure predictable performance. Let's talk about scalability. An ideal OS should be adaptable to devices with varying resource constraints. It should be scalable to accommodate diverse hardware configurations. Last but not the least is security as the design principle. Security is paramount in the interconnected world of IoT. The OS should have built in security features to protect devices from unauthorized access, data breaches, and malicious attacks. Let's further dive into the kernel features. There's four kernel features necessary for an IoT OS. First one being task scheduling. The kernel manages the execution of multiple tasks on the device, ensuring efficient resource allocation and timely task completion. Memory management. The kernel oversees memory allocation and deallocation for various applications running on the device. Device drivers. Device drivers enable communication between the OS and various hardware components present in the IoT device. Networking support. Connectivity is a core aspect of IoT. The kernel provides support for networking protocols, allowing devices to communicate with other devices and cloud platforms. Let's talk about vulnerabilities and threats. In today's interconnected world, the IoT is rapidly expanding. These devices collect and transmit data, offering a wide range of functionalities that improve our lives. However, alongside the benefits come security challenges that are threats and vulnerabilities. I'll be explaining the following slides, which will explore common vulnerabilities found in IoT OS and the potential threats they pose to these devices. Following are the common vulnerabilities in IoT operating systems. Weak authentication. Unauthorized access to devices may be possible if default credentials are used or if password complexity is insufficient. Meaning, if we keep easy to go passwords, that might be very insufficient. Insecure network services. Sensitive information may be revealed via insecure protocols or unencrypted communication routes, which may or may not lead to network intrusion. Unpatched software. Devices that are not updated with security patches for the operating system and applications are susceptible to known exploits. Buffer overflows. Programming mistakes that provide hackers access to the device memory to insert malicious code. Last common vulnerability found in IoT is code injection flaws. Vulnerabilities that allow authorized code to be injected into the processes that the device is currently running. Let's talk about potential threats targeting IoT OS. The first potential threat being botnet recruitment. Large scale cyber attacks can be implemented by integrating compensionized devices into botnets. Denial of service attacks. Attackers have the ability to overload the device with traffic that might cause congestion, making the devices unusable for authorized users. Data breaches. IoT devices can gather sensitive data which can be stolen and used maliciously by the attackers. Man in the middle attacks. Attackers have the ability to eavesdrop on IoT device communications, then steal those data used during the communication, and then send malicious messages to other authorized users. The last potential threat is physical security breaches. Vulnerabilities in the operating system can expose control interfaces, allowing attackers to tamper with device functionality or gain unauthorized physical access. By understanding these common vulnerabilities and potential threats, developers can design more secure IoT operating systems. And following that, users can take steps to mitigate risks. Practicing good security measures, keeping the software updated, and using strong authentication are all crucial aspects of securing IoT devices.
Future work. Number one, development of standardized security framework for IoT. Future research should focus on creating comprehensive security models that incorporate hardware and software security, and this should begin with the design phase of IoT devices. Also, these models must cover the entire Internet of Things ecosystem, including the devices, data, and communication network. 2. Enhancing threat intelligence sharing. The use of artificial intelligence and machine learning can greatly enhance the security of IoTs through automatic threat identification and response. So, future work should focus on AI that can predict potential threats and remediate them in real time. 3. Security awareness and training. Training programs that focus on IoT security best practices, secure coding techniques, and threat awareness of IoT developers should be created. Also, these programs must be continuously updated to reflect the latest security trends and threats. 4. Counter-reacting emerging threats in IoT operating system. The use of a stronger authentication mechanism and strict access control to prevent unauthorized access. Also, we should regularly update firmware and patch management to address known vulnerabilities. We can make use of secure communication protocols and encryption standards to ensure data integrity and confidentiality while the data is at rest or is in transit. Also, physical security should be enforced to reduce the chance of direct physical access to IoT devices. 5. Fostering collaboration for IoT operating system security enhancement. The rapid expansion of the IoT has highlighted significant security vulnerabilities within IoT operating system, and this has required a collaborative approach among academia, industry, and government agencies to strengthen defenses against the evolving cyber threats. So, academia's role in pioneering innovative security technologies through research can greatly advance the IoT operating system security, but there is a challenge, and that is in the practical application of this innovation within the industry. So, by establishing translational research centers to bridge this gap, which will enable the direct translation of academic research into industry solutions. And as a result of this, it would accelerate the adoption of advanced security technologies in real world application. In conclusion, the security of Internet of Things operating system is crucial, addressing vulnerabilities in various architectures like monolithic, microkernel, and layered. Secure boot mechanisms, access control, and communication protocols are critical in mitigating threats such as encryption grabs and malware. This collective challenge underscores the need for a collaborative approach involving policymakers, stakeholders, setting security guidelines, industry integrating these guidelines, and researchers innovating against these threats. In conclusion, securing the Internet of Things operating system is a comprehensive challenge that requires a united effort, that requires the effort of everyone, of the policymaker, of the stakeholders, of the academia, of the industry, of the government agents to protect our interconnected digital future. So these are our references. Thank you for your attention. Thank you.